Hello everybody, welcome to our live stream on YouTube. So we'll be doing a reaction on the special program for Genshin 5.7. And Kotoporo with me too.
Hello everyone.
Being very relaxed now because it's a Friday. 10 p.m. for our time. You can see where this is going. It says a space and time for you.
The artwork look really hyping, to be honest.
It's still taking place in Lapland too, I think. Of course.
Lumin is officially the Apex princess. There's no denying.
Here's the one can't wait anything about. Let's continue the YouTube countdown.
I wonder why every time when we start a live stream program, there's always countdown of 2 minutes. I'm quite the
Sorry
same.
about what YouTube said it to you. Or Genshin for YouTube.
I'm quite the same.
They also do countdown for Let's
This doesn't look like Genshin graphic at all.
it's with YouTube itself. Stay close at the time. So there's after 5 o'clock. I think they just take 10 to start at 10 and just wait for it. So they have to start everything. It's not like they're going for like 10 minutes. Or 10 minutes. Or from the time they said. 11, 10, 9, 8,
It hurt my eyes.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
まさに
What is this about?
滅びの災いと呼ぶにふさわしいわ。終わりなき苦痛と
Whoa.
消えることのない呪い。
だからよそ者なんて信用するなって言ったんじゃないか。
そして救世主の誕生。運命の初期はついに役目を果たしたの。
Turn on subtitles.
アビス教団の名は知ってたが、これほど大規模で広範囲な動きを見せるのは初めてだ。ま
There's
る
no
で
subtitle for
ナ
this
タ
one?
相手に戦争を仕掛けようとしてるような。
宇宙船スリープポット？まさかお前がテイラットに来た時に乗ってた宇宙船のことか？
この数ヶ月の間で42の星が消えた。何者かがずうずうしくもこの世界から吸い取っているのだ。
災いはいつか必ず訪れる。みんなもそう言ってるわ。
彼女の存在を無視し続けたらいつか本当に彼女の声が聞こえなくなってしまうからね。
すぐそこに。
Is that Alice voice before?
お前の魂は欠けていて、傷口にはアビスに侵食された跡が見られる。アビスの力の使い方を学ぶつもりもないのなら、私が代わりに調べるしかない。
Oh,
無に帰せ。
手に烈空星々よ静かに眠れ
Yeah, definitely one of the best animation we've
は
seen
じ
so
めまして
far.
私はダリアセフィロス教会の女祭で
See him again.
風神バルバトスの伝道師です
Is it
面白くなってきた風神
first
様の
little
お告げです
boy? Well, young boy.
私の夜はここで終わる
Oh, I forgot about Shinji.
He's
お
the
前の旅
best
は
monster hunter.
まだまだ続く
お前は私の師匠極悪鬼スルトロッチを知っているのだろう
Oh yeah.
戦線は総崩れだ
真っ向の剣ダインスレイブこれがお前の望んだことか
お兄ちゃんはいつも運命を変えようとしてる。でも今回は何としても止めてみせる。
よくやったスカーク今回も生き残れたか
今もなお運命の食器は動いているのか
なぜお前が鈍性のクジラの剣能を持っている
するとロッチ
経緯などとうの昔に消え去った貴様の傲慢さと邪悪さに気づいた時にな
500年前にお兄ちゃんと再会する機会を逃すわけにはいかないから。
いずれ本物の宇宙に帰るだろう
旅の終点で2人の新たな始まりが待ってる。
What does she mean by I will not miss reunion with you after 500 years? But then she shadowed it. So does it mean we're in a time loop?
Oh, unless that she was watching them the whole time, but
Look like we're gonna dive down into the abyss this time.
yeah, again. Now I feel like recently these codes are easy to remember. Back then it used to be gibberish words and numbers. Well, play this ASAP. Well, at least we have like less than 2.5 days to watch. 2 days to claim it.
To be honest, I feel like before the content is not really intense and stuff, like build up for hideout, but the music is like giving me the vibe. It's just the beginning.
Hello, travelers! Welcome to the Genshin Impact version 5.7 special program. I am Aileen Mythen, the voice of Dahlia, and hosting with me today we have.
Hey everyone, I'm Kat Pratano, rhymes with Capitano, the voice of Child's Master, Skirk.
And I'm Katiana Sarkissian, the voice of the Pyro Archon herself, Malika.
Yeah, well, after seeing that trailer, this version seems absolutely stacked. We're getting the next installment of the Twins quest in this version! Wow, 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 wow. Yippee!
And let's not forget, Skirk is finally here, you guys. Yup. I cannot wait to see how all these stories unfold.
Her first appearance left quite the impression, didn't it? So mysterious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that interaction left us all with far more questions than answers.
Yeah, I mean, she did give us a few clues about herself, though. Remember? In the Primordial Sea at the end of the Fontaine Archon quest?
Right. Something about the remains of a descender.
Over a year ago.
The Bow, the visionary. I feel like I still don't know what any of it means, though.
I mean, that's fair. So far, all we know about her past is that she trained under the foul Sertology.
So, Sertology isn't just some ordinary mentor.
Oh, definitely not. Dainsliff revealed that Sertology is one of the 5 sinners of Conria, and someone who possesses all-encompassing power. Imagine training under someone like that. No walk in the park, let me tell you.
Well, maybe that explains how aloof and indifferent Skirk seems to be. Seriously, though, her demeanor is stone cold in a way that's almost otherworldly or something.
Yeah, it's kind of cold as ice, right? Right? But I mean, you know, the important thing is, this time we should be able to get some answers. right?
Oh, I hope so. Yes, please. I
The
am
story quest,
dying
of
to
course.
learn more about her past.
Okay,
Let me
then be
go
sure to
tell
check
them.
out her story quest where the Traveler and Skirk's paths will cross once
I actually
again.
quite like her
Travelers will have
design,
the
but it
chance to
reminds me
uncover
of
new
Jingliu
clues about
from
her
Honkai
past
Star Rail
and
at
the
the
world
same
of
time.
Teyvat as a whole, so don't miss out.
Ah, so Liyue is where we run into Skirk this time.
Liyue?
It's kind of weird seeing
Interesting.
her out and about like this, isn't it? In such a normal
Oh,
location.
Right.
Well,
Wait, hold on a second. Is Skirk
Well-
playing an instrument?
Oh?
I mean, in my mind, she's like this, ice queen, but here she actually looks emotional.
Yeah.
I mean, there's almost a sadness there.
Oh, yeah. It seems like that instrument means a lot to her.
Oh, you don't even know. It sure does. As for why she chooses to play it alone in a place like
the
this,
Traveler has that thing
well,
on it too.
that's something
Oh, yeah.
travelers can uncover for
So
themselves.
it's good.
What I can reveal is, after
But
encountering
they
a
put it on
mysterious power in this
the same
quest,
Yeah.
the traveler starts having strange nightmares, and it seems like Skirk is the only one who can help. Which means the only way to resolve the situation is for the two to work together.
Okay, Slay, so we're teaming up with Skirk, huh? Okay, but am I the only one who's a
Small.
little intimidated?
What? Intimidated by Skirk?
Just a little.
She's
Although
only a
travelers
mysterious
like to
swordmaster
duel
with insane fighting skills and an unbreakable
Yeah,
stone-cold exterior. Seriously though, with their ability to
Wait, her
wield
material
various
look
elements
new.
and their abyssal purification powers,
one-
I think the
That
traveler can hold
material
their
right
own.
there.
Yeah, it'll
The
be
floor next to
fine.
the
No
boss
problem.
item.
Yeah.
And the other two for fun.
Okay, well, now I'm curious how she got that strong. I mean, okay, she reined in her master's pet, the all-devouring narwhal, like
Yep.
it was nothing.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've only seen a fraction of what she can do.
True, and just like the truth about her past, that's a question travelers will need to answer for themselves
She's
in game.
fine, right?
So get ready to play. But considering Skirk and the traveler will need to
the way
fight
she
side
was
by
doing
side,
this
let's
scene,
take a
it looked
closer
like
look at what she can do in
but didn't seem
combat.
good.
She doesn't have a vision though.
Oh yeah, that was yeah. Oh.
The question is, don't know
I'll
what
roll
is her
demonstrate.
elemental coming from if she doesn't have a vision.
How does she get the element in the first place? It's fascinating. Everyone has different conditions.
Except for God.
And Traveler, of course, that's it.
Merciless.
Oh, what's your fire?
I like her
As a
mermaid
child's
tail, it's
master
looks so
and
pretty.
someone
Honkai.
capable of training in the
Like you
abyss,
said.
Skirk's combat skills are truly something special. First, it's worth pointing out, Skirk doesn't use a vision. Her powers come from
Yeah.
the abyss, but in the interest of blending in, she camouflages it to appear cryo-like in nature. And in addition, Skirk's attacks do not rely
that
on
elemental skill
elemental
to
energy.
enter
She
Stone-based
uses a
flash state.
special kind of energy known as serpent subtlety instead. And when you tap her elemental skill, Skirk gains a certain amount of energy and enters a special combat state, signaled by her change in outfit, which is very cute, might I add. While in this state, Skirk's normal, charged, and plunging attacks deal cryo damage that can't be overridden. This state also increases her resistance to interruption and attack AoE. And when cryo-related reactions are triggered, multiple void rifts will appear on the field. Skirk can use her charged attack or her special elemental burst to absorb the void rifts. And after unleashing a special elemental burst, her normal attack's damage will be increased based on the number of rifts absorbed.
Aw, heck yeah. So it's kind of like the more she fights, the stronger she gets.
Yeah, pretty much.
Similar to
Plus,
Chao, no
holding
wonder
her
why
elemental skill
she's
is
her
another
his master.
option. When there are void rifts on the field, holding her elemental skill will allow Skirk to absorb them and gives her the ability to quickly maneuver around the battlefield.
You see
Once
that?
she has
That's like a
enough energy,
mermaid.
she can unleash her elemental burst to deal consecutive slashes of AoE damage.
I see. So she's a unit you can keep on the field for a long time. Or take out when you need a sudden burst of damage.
Pairing her with Hydro and Cryo characters also further enhances her abilities. And if your team is comprised entirely of Hydro and Cryo characters, your party member's elemental skill level will be increased by 1.
Whoa, so she like enhances her party members' skills too. Once a mentor, always a mentor, I guess. It sounds like Tartaglia had a great teacher.
He sure did.
Very good teachers.
And I
Does
love
mean
all
that
of her
she
camouflaged
just power
abyssal
creep
powers.
Ayaka.
The special effects
It's
are
basically
incredible.
freeze.
And when
Yeah,
she
similar
enters her
to
special
Ayaka.
combat state, her outfit changes too. Okay, slay. It looks a lot more suited for battle, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. So it seems like travelers can approach combat in 2 ways then. You can use her special combat state to dish out damage with cryo-infused attacks and heighten this damage by absorbing void rifts with her special elemental burst. Or, after other Hydro and Cryo party members have generated void rifts, you can take to the field to quickly absorb them and build up energy to unleash powerful slashes with her normal elemental burst.
Yeah, both seem really, really useful. And since Cryo and Hydro characters enhance Skirk's skills, there are tons of team comp possibilities here.
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
Of course,
hey,
he's the best
speaking
one
of,
ever.
what about Dahlia? He's a Hydro character, right? Sounds like he could be a good fit for Skirk.
Oh, I think you're onto something here. We got to know him a bit during the Mondstadt interlude. He's so refined, but also kind of
How does he
mischievous at the same
do
time.
hydrogen
One
location?
thing we
That's the
haven't
thing.
seen, though, is what he can do in combat. Want to give us the scoop, Aileen?
You got it. You are in for a treat.
Let's go!
Hydro sword user.
This should be
How is he different from Kimchi?
Thus saith the Animal Archive.
Hydro Shoe!
Oh, yeah.
Finally, a Hydro Shoe!
So it's kind of like
Okay,
Diana,
so
but it's just
Dahlia is a
field, that's
Hydro
it.
Sword user
Oh, no,
and support
Layla.
character who can use his elemental burst to provide a Hydro shield for his teammates.
Oh, it's like the shield appears in response to his prayer.
Yes.
Finally,
and for a
all
certain
element
period of
shield is
time,
here.
After unleashing
hang
his
on,
elemental
they
burst,
said
Dahlia can gain stacks of
normal
venison by
attack triggers
hitting enemies
freeze.
with normal attacks or triggering freeze reactions.
Elemental burst
So when
is the
his
one doing
shield
shield,
breaks,
right?
Dahlia can consume his stacks of venison to summon it again, allowing him to continuously protect his party members and to increase their resistance to interruption.
Heck yeah.
And after unlocking a specific talent, Dahlia can also boost the attack speed of the on-field character, allowing them dish out damage even faster.
Oh, nice. So he can help us attack without interruption and increase our attack
He
speed?
sounds like a very
Sounds like a
solid
huge help.
support.
And with his elemental skill,
Not-
Dahlia
of course not
summons
the best,
Sacramental
but the best.
Shower and places it in a designated location. His summon has different effects depending on who comes into contact with it. So, for example, if it's an enemy, Sacramental Shower will explode, dealing AoE hydro damage to surrounding enemies. But if a nearby party member comes into contact with it, Sacramental Shower will propel them high into the air, allowing them to evade enemy attacks while gaining an aerial advantage.
Okay.
Let's go.
So he's like really reliable in
Interesting.
combat, even though he seems kind of mischievous the rest of the time.
No, really.
Yes,
No wonder
he
they are
does.
friends.
He has his little mischievous
Oh, yeah.
thing
Liar.
going on. I still remember all his teasing towards Venti during the Mondstadt interlude.
Oh.
But at the same time, he's also supposed to be the one
He
who
wasn't really in it
communicates with
much.
the will of
It was
Barbados,
just like a
right?
preview.
I'm not sure what to make
like
of
what
their
we did
dynamic.
Well, I guess first and foremost, he's Venti's friend, right?
Yeah.
But even though he likes to
They look the
tease,
same.
he's serious about his position as the herald of
But they have the
Barbados.
same build and
One more thing
similar
about
outfit.
his abilities. When
Like, look at
Dahlia
the
is
shorts.
in your party,
They're very
the
short.
movement speed of your party members is increased
So the only
during
thing
the
is,
day.
can you drink as
Oh,
much?
hey, all the better to
Probably not.
spread the word of Barbados. Praise Barbados, right? Is that how that works? Well, anyway, it's obvious he really cares about the people of Mondstadt.
Yeah.
Exactly, he definitely does. Besides,
How did
his
he
ingenious
actually
nature keeps
improve
things a
your
little bit interesting,
teammate
don't you think? It's
speed
one of my
run?
favorite things
What,
about
like
him.
speed for running and
Well,
stamina
now that we've
when he used
introduced our
Hydro?
2 new characters for
And
version
that's his talent.
5.7, we should probably let travelers know when they can add them to their parties.
Can do. Let's jump right into the event wishes.
He is very
In the
Okay,
first half of
wish.
version 5.7,
Oh,
we'll
first
have event
phase.
wishes
My
for Skirt
god,
and
that's
Shenhe.
gonna be
Dahlia
tough.
will also enjoy a drop rate boost on the first half banners. Plus, the new
Shenhe
5-star sword,
is actually
Azure
good
Light,
power
will be
support as
featured
well.
on the weapon banner.
Yes!
Hmm.
And in the second half of version
And
5.7,
Mabuka's back.
we'll have
Oh,
returning event
Emily.
wishes from Malwika and Emily.
Yippee! Pretty fire!
Alright, that's it for the
I
event
feel that
wishes.
most people
Let's talk
gonna
about
go
the
on
story
phase 1, but
content
phase 2
travelers can
look
look
very
forward to
tempting
in
for
the new
newbie as
version.
well.
Ooh, okay.
I feel like phase 2 will be
This
tempting
is the
for
big
people
one.
that have
Yeah.
Okay,
and
let's set the
Mulani
scene.
in that.
During their travels, the traveler comes
Genshin
across
and Blue.
evidence that seems to suggest their sibling was in Natlan.
Oh, wait up. I see Dainsleif. As we all know, that means things are about
So
to
you
get
think about it,
complicated.
this
Yup,
version
very
will be
true.
I
taking
love
place
Dainsleif.
leeway for the story
From this
quest
image,
and
it
back
looks
to
like the
Natlan.
sky has been slashed in two, and there's some kind of rift that connects to the abyss. And the traveler and their sibling are in different spaces, but they can still sense each other's presence.
Yes, I feel like the tension is palpable.
Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, there was definitely some tension when we saw our sibling during the bedtime story
That's a good
quest.
point.
Oh, yeah.
Although we don't know what our sibling has been up to since then. Kari Bear did tell us that the Loom of Fate has been completed. Of course, we still don't know how powerful it is, or what's needed to activate it.
Well, call me crazy, but I feel like we're gonna find out soon.
Maybe.
It seems like all parties are converging in one place, Natlan. So maybe that's where we can get some answers.
And I know one thing travelers will encounter in Natlan. A young woman dressed in peculiar clothing, hiding out in a cave.
It's not just her clothing that's special, though. Look at her eyes. Wait, is she...
The plot, it thickens.
Yeah.
Well, if the Abyss Order is out in full force in Natlan, it must mean there's been a new development in our siblings' grand plan.
Yup, and the Pyro Archon and our other friends from Natlan are on high alert. But the people of Natlan want a war against the Abyss itself. There's no universe where the Abyss Order gets to run wild in Natlan unchecked.
Well, if an altercation with the Abyss Order is in the cards, I know who's gonna be on the front lines. Twilight Sword himself, of course.
I mean, I can see it now. Dainsleif going all one-man army and rushing straight into action.
We actually will get to see it this time, because
Wait.
our old friend Dainsleif is going to help us defeat
Whoa,
their
they
ranks
teased
in a
Dainsleif
manner
as
we've
well?
never seen
This is
before.
unexpected.
Okay.
It's like
This
you're
is
playing
not a
as the
drill,
traveler
everyone.
by his
We finally get to see him in action.
So,
Let's
this is actually
go!
awesome.
Pew, pew, pew! As the Traveler and Dainsleif
So I feel
venture
like
deep into Abyss
it
Order
is a-
territory, we'll get to see his special abilities
Quite a way that-
firsthand.
Yeah,
Sounds
it's
like
kind
there's going to be a lot of
phase
obstacles
five.
between us and finding out the deal with our sibling. But
There's already
faced the
using
Abyss Order
fire,
before. We
but
can do this.
it's
I
a
have no
blue
doubt
fire.
travelers will come out on top.
Look like
Oh, yeah.
I
plasma.
guess, but the other question is, can we stop
Wonder
whatever
when
our
he's gonna
sibling
be
is
playable.
planning? What are their true goals?
He's been tears
What
for
does their
6
plan
years.
mean for Teyvat?
Since he was
This quest
introduced.
might hold some very important answers.
I am so excited. I feel like this could be the start of a whole new phase in the quest to find our sibling.
Yes! It seems like it's not as simple as just finding them anymore. There's a lot more at stake.
Oh, for sure. So this is definitely one to look forward to. All right. I think this is a good place to stop and take our first break.
Yeah, I need a sec to digest all that information.
Ooh, sounds good. Take a look at the second redemption code, travelers. We'll see you on the other side.
See ya!
Your space time.
What do you think so far?
Because we get a story quest with Skirt as well. She's probably not gonna be involved with the Archon quest yet. Because she's only there in the story quest because Dex said the Traveler was having nightmares. But in this arc of quest, it's more like with the abysmal. But at the same time, like you said, Skirt doesn't have a vision, which is what kind of because she got her powers from the abyss.
I feel like this patch we're just gonna dive in really quickly into the Abyss lore and also story.
Unless like sometime when before you do a quest or event wise, they always say like what quests you should
Alright,
recommend
welcome back,
first.
travelers. Now that we've introduced the new characters and quests, it's
Ooh.
time to jump into the version 5.7
event.
events.
Let's go!
Let's
Oh,
go! First up on the docket is an event that takes us back to Sumeru, where the Academia has developed a simulated adventure game.
Ooh.
Travelers will need to select various companion pieces to
Get,
form teams and
what's the
enhance their
character?
skills
You'll get
as
the
they
crown
face
and
off
the
against
primogency.
various opponents in a board game style environment.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a choose your own
Board
adventure.
game?
You can go the rainforest route
Companion
or
game
the desert
chronicles
route.
a
Each
food
path has
settlement
its own
survey.
story and level of difficulty. And at the end of each adventure, travelers will face formidable opponents that require a certain
These are
level of
challenges
strength
to
to defeat.
Oh, so how do we
Look
make
like
sure we're ready?
PvP.
Well, travelers can enhance the strength of their pieces in several ways. Besides enhancing the pieces themselves, travelers might notice that the pieces are divided into species. Go to battle with a lot of pieces of the same species, and you can trigger unique species features. The higher the feature level, the stronger your pieces become.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
that did say
thinking
it's
an
board game.
all-Saurian team could be cool.
Oh,
Oh, and it looks like you can also assign equipment to your pieces to make them stronger.
Yeah, that's right. And random events and encounters will occur during the adventure, which travelers can resolve to earn helpful rewards, like extra adventure coins, which travelers can use in the shop to purchase pieces to improve their lineup. Travelers can also open chests to get all kinds of useful equipment. Plus, defeating formidable opponents along the route will allow you to unlock secret techniques that can help increase the strength of your entire team.
that looks like
Of course, certain encounters can also derail your plans.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, so there are also situations where it all comes down to luck.
Yeah, so I think travelers will have a lot of fun dealing with the
doesn't that give you a
unexpected
simulated
in this
universe
event.
vibe from Castago?
It's a real test of
It
tactical
does.
thinking.
Like,
Plus,
RNG.
there's more to this event than
stuff.
just
Yeah,
the battle
RNG is
stages.
just random. You don't know what
Travelers
you're
can
gonna
also
get.
participate in research stages that involve guiding Paimon
It's
to
a
harvest
hat.
fruit. Complete these stages to increase your speculation level and unlock additional buffs for your team.
So we actually get to put Paimon to work.
Finally.
Yup, and
More like
of
to
course,
eat.
Flying.
completing this event will reward
You see that? She
travelers
took
with
steps.
all sorts of goodies, including primo
Yeah,
gems
I think so.
and
I
the
wouldn't
chance
be
to invite
surprised if our
Sethos to their
child
parties.
will- well, she's trying to cross the
Nice.
divide, she can't
All right,
walk it over,
in
she
this
then
next
use her
event,
legs.
an old friend and genius inventor from Fontaine is back
Yes.
and better than ever with a new and improved turret.
Let me guess, he needs us to clear out monsters in an abandoned ruin again?
Yeah, that's right. But this time, travelers will face more formidable enemies than just slimes.
Whoa, that Sama troll can give shields to its allies.
Oh.
Yeah, but don't worry. With this new and improved turret, we can use several new kinds of cannonballs to help clear out our opponents.
Oh, nice.
For example, grape shots split into smaller bullets when fired are good for taking out multiple enemies at once. And directed piercing shots can be used to take down shields or target enemies hiding in the corner.
Oh.
Sounds like the type of event where you can really just let loose and relieve some stress.
Oh, definitely. But strategic ammunition choices will help you clear out the battlefield.
Well, this looks more
So far,
stressful
we've
than
introduced
actually
events you have to
game.
tackle
You know what this
solo,
look- you know
but
what
this
this
next
reminds-
event
oh.
gives travelers the chance to
What
work
game
as
you
a
used to tell the
team.
friend?
In Reminiscent Regimen
You have to pick
Frenzy,
your house.
travelers will get to team
Yeah,
up with other players to
the
tackle
classic.
challenges made up of 3 stages, each with unique objectives.
Ooh, it'll be cool seeing what characters everyone chooses. Could make for some interesting team comps.
Well, there's a theme associated with each challenge, so your best bet is to choose a character whose skills are suited to the objective. But of course, every character has their strength. Each stage also has smaller objectives that require teams to work together and combine their skills. Completing these
Interesting.
submissions can grant
So
buffs
it's
to
like
your
a
own
co-op with
entire
everyone
team.
working together and
And in
nominate
addition,
one
at the beginning of
character.
each challenge, your team will be assigned random regiments to complete. Once you make it through the final stage, your team will receive additional frenzy stars based on your regiment completion status.
And remember, regiments benefit the entire team. It doesn't matter who completes them.
Okay, so not saying I need to do this or anything, but in theory, you could kind of coast to the finish line if you needed to.
You could.
Okay.
In theory. But I think all travelers have something to contribute.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's about how you work together. That's the joy of co-op.
I feel like co-op is its own kind of motivation too. No one wants to let the team down.
For sure. And
It's actually some
teamwork is
fun.
more important
It's
than
actually
ever.
some fun because
in
normally
this
when we
iteration of the
co-op,
event,
it's
star
like
difficulty
back to the
is
time that
even
we
more
co-op in
challenging.
domain.
That
Everyone's
means whether
bring
it
one
comes to
character
character
and beat everyone
selection
else.
or combat strategy, coordination is more important than ever.
Good luck, travelers. Should be a fun one. All right, now I'm very excited to announce a new permanent event called Stygian Onslaught. In this event, travelers will be able to farm artifacts more freely and efficiently, as well as obtain artifact customization items for free.
For free?
For free.
What?
A new permanent event. Okay,
Am I
we need
missing it?
details now.
All right. Each update will feature a challenge that is split into 3 phases, each featuring unique mechanics with 5 difficulty levels to choose from. Participation in the event will reward travelers with primo gems, artifacts, and valuable items for targeted artifact enhancement.
Okay, so you said we'll be able to farm artifacts more freely? What does that mean exactly?
It means the artifact drops aren't set in stone, and you can switch where they come from. For the first 10 days after the event begins, the leyline disturbance will be in outbreak state. During this period, travelers who clear any stage at level 3 difficulty or higher can expend any kind of resin to obtain artifacts from the leyline blossom at the end of the stage. And before the stage begins, travelers will get to choose which domain of blessing they want the artifact drops to come from.
Right, so travelers can also tackle the stages in co-op, right? So you can still farm with friends.
Yes. And you'll be rewarded with additional artifacts every time you consume a certain amount of resin.
Okay, the amount of hours I'm about to pour into this thing. Lock me in and throw away the key, honestly.
Oh my god, you make it sound like you're in prison. Anyway, you also mentioned something about targeted artifact enhancement, Katiana. What's that about?
Yeah, right. So version 5.7 is introducing a new artifact-related item, Dust of Enlightenment.
Ooh. What is it?
Well, we all know what it's like to raise an artifact that has
Look like the
potential,
thing
only for it to
in
turn out
Farius
kind of less
now.
than ideal.
Yeah.
So this item is designed to help with that. So, Artifact 101, right? We all know every 4 levels, a random substat gets enhanced as you raise an artifact to level
Reroll,
20.
isn't it?
But it
Tell
doesn't
me it's
always turn
reroll.
out the way
See
you
how it
want.
works.
So this item allows you to re-roll the substat
Knew
enhancement
it!
of a level 20 artifact.
Yo, wait, really?
Yeah. Before each reroll, you get to specify the types of substats you want to prioritize. After the result is revealed, you can choose to either keep the original substat configuration or accept the new one.
Oh my god, it's like being able to resurrect an artifact from the grave. Like, we really needed this.
Yeah, really powerful, right? Starting in 5.7, travelers
You
who
will only do it
participate
for
in the
the
new
artifacts.
permanent event, Stygian
You-
Onslaught,
really
will be able
good.
to obtain a total of 3 Dusts of Enlightenment
If
per
you had
version for free.
too
And
much
the
of
Gnostic
one
Hymn
or the
and
other,
Gnostic
but
Chorus
there's a-
rewards will feature
Too
1
bad.
each.
Oh.
Too bad. Every
During
time,
version 5.7,
every time it went
travelers will
on
be
to
able to
defense
claim
stat,
2
I
Dusts of
immediately
Enlightenment
feed it to another
directly from
artifact
their
already.
in-game mailbox after logging into Genshin
Especially
Impact.
that
Yes.
not
Okay,
all
let's
kinds
just
of
pause
abilities
to take that
these
in for a
days.
sec.
Especially it's like
Oh,
the
but I do
fact
have a
essentially
question.
quick way
So,
to damage
according to the
and gives you
devs,
charge.
the rewards for clearing the level
Frustrating,
5 difficulty in the
sometimes.
new permanent event can only be obtained by completing it solo. But what if that level of difficulty is a bit much for some people?
Yeah, like me.
Yeah, well, don't worry, I'll hard carry you.
Whoa.
Well, I will come in, and the strongest travelers in Tevat will come in to help us out. Specifically, we're talking about travelers who have cleared an even higher level of difficulty. The characters used to complete those battles become exalted ones. Then, when attempting a level 1 through 5 difficulty challenge, other travelers can receive extra buffs by including exalted ones in their lineup.
Oh, cool. So travelers can help each other even outside of co-op. I like that, and I need that. Wait, hold on. You mentioned an even higher level of difficulty just now. I thought level 5 was the highest.
Yeah, well, clearing level 5 solo unlocks a secret level of difficulty. Level 6, dire difficulty.
Oh no.
Once you reach level 6, it's dire straits. There are no companions to turn to for comfort, no promise of primo gems to drive you forward.
What?
Just formidable enemies and an unrelenting desire to prove yourself.
Okay, that definitely sounds dire. So you're telling me travelers
it's
really
like
don't get anything in
412
return for
this
accomplishing something like
experience.
that?
Well, we'll just have to wait and see now, won't
Well
we?
What? I
built
can't
team.
wait.
Alright, that's it for Stygian
All three guys
Onslaught.
too.
Well, but
Just
it's
a
gonna be a
reminder,
fresh
the
start
outbreak period
for
begins the
OB.
second Wednesday after a version
OB
update,
people will
or
probably
8
will
days
love
into
it.
the new version.
Especially when
So
they
don't
start
forget
with
to
a
gather your
crappy
friends
other
and
fact.
get farming when
Still.
the time comes. Alright, time to lock
Even
in.
though people
Travelers
Oh,
might
yes!
also be
Yes!
excited to hear that the next
Finally,
installment of the
this one, I
Traveler's
like
Tales
this
is coming in
event.
version 5.7.
Okay, Slay. Last time was so much fun. We got
Why
to
she keep
reunite with
saying
so many
Slay?
old friends and make a lot of great new memories.
Yeah, why don't we take a look at some of the encounters in store for us this time around?
Yes.
Whoa, hang on a sec. So Tom was back in Mondstadt, and he's drinking with Kaya at the Angel's Share?
Huh. I never thought about it before,
Is that some of
but
the fan fiction
now
come
that I see
true?
it, yeah, I feel like they totally make great drinking buddies. Oh, I love him.
Looks like
Wait,
he's got
Uma
quite
was
the
originally
posse
from
around
Mondstadt,
him.
right?
Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah,
I want to know what they're
forgetting that.
talking about.
Oh, and it looks like Dory's in Inazuma. Is she trying to sell something to Sayu?
Oh, of course.
What's that?
Oh no, someone save Sayu. She's too innocent for Dory's schemes.
Aww.
Honestly, though, a crafty merchant like Dory could show up anywhere, and I wouldn't be surprised. I bet we even run into her and not cry at some point.
Ooh, I wonder how many other friends will show up this time.
From what I've heard, it's quite a few. So keep a lookout while exploring the open world, travelers.
Ooh.
Being able to run into characters in the open world is such a nice addition. I wish it was part of every version.
Right? I know. It really makes the open world feel more alive and interactive.
Yeah, and luckily
I
the
actually
devs
like
feel the
it.
same way. The devs have said that making Traveler's Tales a permanent event is in the works, so travelers can look forward to that sometime in the future.
Yippee!
Finally, Overflowing Abundance is returning at the end of version 5.7. Travelers can look
Okay,
forward
I
to
do need
double the
this
talent
for
and
weapon.
weapon ascension material drops, so
Oh,
don't miss
So they're
out.
changing the.
In addition,
like, all
new
artifacts.
Envisaged Echoes challenges will be
Oh,
added in
this
version
one, Raiden.
5.7.
Talent
Oh,
too.
for the Raiden
So
Shogun
maybe-
in Shenhe.
Oh,
Okay.
Shenhe's Echo is so cool. I see sigils and pops of red in there. Okay, girl, very fitting.
And the Raiden Shoguns like
Nah.
petals floating in the wind.
Not
The
big
purple
fan.
matches so well.
I thought she would have thunder.
So if you want to
not
claim them,
flower.
make sure your characters
it's-
are
has to
ready.
be like a
Travelers
Bollywood
can
movie.
also look forward to some Genius Invocation TCG updates,
Who's still
including new
playing
character
TCG?
and action cards.
Wait, what's it?
You can now add Malika and
I
Sweet
played
Lolly
this
and
when it
Joska
first
to your
got
decks.
released. I
Don't
never
miss
played it
out,
after.
Genius Invocation fans.
Just felt it was
Alright,
too much.
that brings us to the system optimizations that travelers can look forward to in the new version.
First up is an improved
Management,
resource
upper
management
face,
feature for mobile players.
trial abyss,
Simply put, it's a practical update designed to reduce the package size of the mobile version.
Dude, nice. I feel like our phones will thank us.
After the 5.7 update, travelers will receive a pop-up notification after opening Genshin Impact on mobile, asking them to choose from different resource plans.
Okay.
Under the basic plan, the system will retain the necessary resources for daily gameplay and optimize the resource usage for some Archon quests, story quests, and hangout events.
Okay, so that means clearing out some old quest resources to save storage space, right?
Playful.
But what about players whose progress is a bit all over the place? How does that work?
Don't worry, the dev team has accounted for that. The system will provide different guidance and solutions based on account progress and quest status to ensure that travelers still have a smooth gaming experience.
So it's
And
kinda
when you need to
fake,
start an
get rid
Archon
of the
quest,
previous
story
style.
quest, or hangout event that isn't enabled,
Not
the
really.
system will download the
Because it's
required resources as needed.
Mm.
Yup. So travelers who haven't updated the mobile version in a long time might be able to free up quite a bit of storage space with this
Quest.
optimization.
I need that.
And it sounds like a great option for cross-platform players who maybe rely on mobile more for the small stuff.
Yeah, of course, if you don't have storage concerns, nothing has to change. You can just choose to keep all game resources instead. And this setting can be changed at any time in the Paimon menu, where you can choose for completed quest resources to be automatically cleared in future version updates, or for all game resources to be updated as normal.
Oh, okay.
This should also make it easier for people to try out Genshin Impact for the first time.
Yup. For further details, be sure to check out the developers' discussion as well as future announcements across Genshin Impact's official accounts.
Okay.
And you will now be able to directly use Fragile Resin to claim rewards from Leyline Blossoms and common challenge domains, like artifact and talent material domains. This also applies to the artifact drops in the new permanent event we introduced earlier.
Yes! Fragile resin is worth 60 original resin, so that means you get triple the drops. Should save a few trips to the crafting bench, that's for sure.
Yes, finally.
Also, the Adventurer Handbook
You don't
will now
have to
guide entries
convert
for
the
40
fetch
resin bosses, which should be helpful if you run into a boss you're not quite sure how to crack.
And the icons will be displayed in the order the bosses were unlocked, which should make it more intuitive to navigate.
Alright, let's move on to some optimizations for the Spiral Abyss. When moving to the next floor or restarting a challenge, you can now save your current party lineup or clear it with a single click.
Oh, easy.
And you can claim your challenge rewards directly after completing floor 12. If you're not satisfied with your performance, you can also restart the challenge directly from the finalization screen.
Nice. Small things here and there really add up over time.
Yeah, so hopefully these optimizations make for a better experience overall.
All right. Well, that was another long one, you guys, but it's not over yet. A mystery guest left a message for us, so let's check it out along with the third redemption code.
旅人の皆さん、こんにちは。鈴木愛理です。今回ゲーム原神の皆さんと一緒にお仕事をすることになりました。とても嬉しいです。ありがとうございます。私はスカークというキャラクターのアニメショートテーマソングのスター・オデッセイという楽曲を歌わせていただいたんですが、この楽曲は全編英語で世界各国というか世界にこう届ける歌ということで、もう全て英語の詩なので、私にとってはこの世界に入って初めての経験でとてもドキドキしたのですが、こう皆さんと一緒に気持ちを共有できたらいいなと思って今からとてもワクワクしています。スカークの歴史を聞いてすごく強いけど孤独と戦いながら今日まで生きてきた、そんな強くてかっこいい女性っていうのを頭に置きながら歌を歌いましたので、その気持ちが届くと嬉しいです。この楽曲はショートフィルムと同時公開されます。皆さんぜひ楽しみにしていてください。ありでした。
OMG! An animated short for Skirk and a song! Let's go!
So exciting!
So exciting!
Interesting.
Well, you guys, that brings us to the end of our announcements for this version. That was a whirlwind.
It certainly was. So, what are you all looking forward to the most? For me, I have to say, although it's a little biased, I am clearly excited for everybody to meet Dahlia.
Yes.
But you know, I'm also really excited about the new permanent content like Stygian Onslaught. How about you guys?
It's kind of hard to pick just one. I mean, I'm excited for my girl Malwika in
course.
TCG, but like, I'm also really excited to see Nebilet, my fave, in the Traveler's Tales.
Yes. Well, I'm really excited for, I might be a little biased as well, I'm really excited for Skirk.
Who?
Wow, really? I am also so excited for Dahlia, and like, we've been waiting so long for these characters, and also Daneslip, I'm so excited, and that animated short.
But I really like her animation though.
Also, of
Her
course,
animation is
the
really
Lore
well
Girlies, we're
made.
eating so well this patch. I'm so excited for that Twins quest.
Yes, I feel like it's clear from the last few patches that the story has really been amping up lately, and this version seems to be no exception.
Yeah, right? I mean, pretty soon we'll be in our 5th year of adventuring, if you can believe it. Feels like it was
Oh,
just
same
yesterday.
block.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So it feels like we're really getting to see how a lot of elements that seemed separate at first are starting to converge.
Mm-hmm. And after what we saw in the dev team's Nod Cry teaser, I'm even more excited to see how the story unfolds from here.
Right? And we hope travelers have fun doing the same.
Okay, so that's it for the Genshin Impact version 5.7 special program. Thank you so
5.7
much for
already.
tuning
We're
in,
almost
everybody.
reaching the
Ad
6.
Astra Abyssosque travelers,
Probably
and
one more
happy
patches and we're gonna reach the
adventuring!
6.
Can I get 5 big
6.0.
booms?
Boom!
One more
Boom!
after this.
Boom! 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 Oh, wait a second.
Because we're
It,
gonna
it
have
looks
another
like
big
another
event before
friend
that
from
too.
afar is rushing over to share some interesting
Maybe
news.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh, getting the song
Nod
as well.
Cry, an ever-changing landscape of ruin, a marvel corroded by time. In the forest, where the nights were once undisturbed save for a few rays of moonlight, the wild hunt's shadow grows. There are those who bear the name of Frost Moon, living where the silver light shines. Others carry the torch, fending off the darkness and cold with their blades. I hear that the Snow-Land Fae still yearn for the frosts of old, while the Fatui look to the stars above, trying in vain to seize the false firmament. Then there are the nights, draped in the west wind, nearing the end of a long and arduous mission. My friends, of course, shan't be outdone. They will no doubt bring a magical charm to this edge of the world. And just as the stone craves the sculptor's hand, so does fate await your gaze. Pour me another cup of tea, if you'd be so kind. The story is about to begin.
So like half sci-fi and really dreamy as well. Interesting. No Kara gonna be in 6.0.
Oh look, they did a calendar now. Say 18th of June, when that's the first phase, and these are next ones when the events will release. The chapter, previous events today. Oh, that's for Setos, Everflow.
To be honest, it's good that for our player we see the calendar, but from the perspective of someone who working in design industry, seeing when you reviewing calendar like that is no different than deadline to the employee. Just speaking from someone in the field. Alright, that was a good stream.
Better than the last special program, to be honest.
Well, it's getting there because they're building up.
Yeah,
They're building
to
up.
the end of this version too. So
And toward the end game.
There'll be 5.8 right, and 6.0.
Yeah, building up to the 6.0.
Okay, that's gonna be it for our stream for YouTube. Thank you for those watching. You can also subscribe to us here on YouTube. You can also follow us on Twitch, as well, Instagram.
Basically all social media.
Majority.
T.
Okay, bye bye.
See you guys soon. See you in North Carolina. But first, Netland.